If you want a shredded anime physique before 2026, do this. It's 2026 right now, so we're a little late. Video was posted 8 months ago, but still should be a good video to watch in 2026.
Year is coming to an end, and some of you guys still haven't reached your New Year's physique goals. Luckily for you, it's not too late, because I'm gonna give you 5 simple steps.
Oh, is he gonna say do the One Punch Man challenge? Let's see how this goes.
To unlocking your anime physique before the New Year ends.
And how much, I know there's obviously like anime, it's a cartoon. They're drawn, they're gonna have the perfectly symmetric bodies. Everything's gonna be perfect pump constantly, perfect lighting to show off the muscles. I feel people they forget that like you can't compare yourself to a cartoon. It's a cartoon. It was made to look perfect. But then also having that perfect anime physique, a lot of that is genetics. Like certain races, they'll have like wider hips, or like they'll have a certain bone structure. Everyone's not gonna have the same bone structure. You can't change your bone structure. Yes, you can work on a certain muscle to make some things pop more, but having like the perfect anime physique, that's gonna be that's gonna be based off a lot of genetics.
So as long as you follow the guide laid out in front of you, you'll be flexing your guns right as Santa comes down the chimney. But before we touch any exercise or talk about any diets, there's one important thing you need to do first. Every anime protagonist starts off the same. A weak, average nobody. But
that's usually how people start off when they get into fitness. You're a weak, average, probably below average nobody. Like you're not good at anything. You suck. Like your life is trash. Like you're not worth love. You don't deserve anything. You suck. And if you want to change a lot, you need to start working out.
Always that one inciting moment that changed their lives forever. Whether that's eating a disgusting finger or getting stomped on by God. Regardless of what it is, they all had to do one single thing before they became the power protagonists we know them as.
That is facts. Like you had to do something. Like Deku, he had to work out, then eat a strand of hair. Naruto, he had to go through a lot of heartache and heartbreak. I feel like Naruto went through a lot of like emotional like trauma to awaken. He's always wanted to be the best though, but like I feel the emotional trauma also added that fuel to make him go harder.
Every one of them removed their limiter. Now, you might be thinking, you don't have a real limiter. There's never going to be a moment in your life where you actually need to surpass your limits unless you're lifting your kids off of your car. Wait, but that's not the limiter I'm talking.
Honestly, we underestimate as humans how strong we really are. Cause the amount, like think of it, you hear about all the time with like the moms, like their kid was stuck under a car. So they have that rush of adrenaline that they freaking just deadlift and flip the car up to save their kid. Like we really underestimate how strong we really are. And that's why I always tell my clients, like you're stronger than you think. You just need to push yourself. Like stop being afraid to work out, and it feels hard. It shouldn't be easy. Like you shouldn't be working out to mild discomfort. You should be working out where it's uncomfortable, where it's really challenging, where you're really pushing to move that weight. Like you should be right before a set, like a little nervous, like, I don't want to start this because this is going to be hard. This is going to be difficult. Like you should have that feeling when you're working out. Like, yes, you want to have sometimes you'll have an easy workout, just move some weight. But like, if you're really trying to get results, you should be having at least a little bit of anxiety. Like, this is going to be heavy. This is going to be hard, but I got to do it. I'm about to do it.
See, one of the reasons why you might be watching this video right now is because you had some New Year's resolutions that never came true. You said it.
Yeah, a lot of people, and I forgot this video really came out like 8 months ago, but like this is still a good video nonetheless for now. A lot of people never reach their New Year's goals. And I think it's just because they don't really, especially when it comes to fitness, they're not getting good baseline. They're not making it a habit. It's just, they're just trying to go. But they're not really like building up good habits along the way to keep it going.
a goal for yourself, promise you'd get there by the end of the year, but halfway through you tell yourself, oh, life is getting in the way, you're getting too busy.
That's such an excuse, because there's people that have 2 or 3 jobs and they still make time to go to the gym, or like they have 3 kids, they have class, they have work, they have food to make, like, and they still make time for the gym. So I hate hearing that excuse from people. It's so annoying.
And there's no possible way you could have achieved your goals at all this year. You were too damn important to do a push-up. Honestly, that's 100% BS. Back when I was working full-time at a tech company while studying at university, and while working on my side hustles, and while still maintaining a social life, I still managed to never miss a workout. Even at the peak of my busiest days, I always did something. I always kept track.
And that's what it really is. Like, you don't need to be a marathon runner. You don't need to be a bodybuilder. Like, bro, like 10 to 20 minutes is more than enough. Like, push yourself for 20 minutes, go home, go live life, go do what you need to do. But like, it's not hard. You're just being lazy. Do the work. Stop being lazy.
Track of my food, and I always manage my fatigue. And if some anime nerd like me can do it, you bet your ass you can do it too. The reason you haven't achieved your goals yet isn't because life happened. Maybe for just a handful of you, that is true. You just got...
Only a handful, but majority of people are making the excuse. I hate when I have an introduction session and they just lie to me. Like, I would feel better and I would respect you more if you just say you simply don't want to do it. Like, don't lie to me and make up an excuse of why you can't do it. You just don't want to. It's that simple. You don't want to do it.
Way too busy. You literally had no time. But for most of you, it's because of the excuses and distractions you insist on keeping in your life and keep repeating to yourself.
And honestly, if you don't want to do it, you just don't value your health as much as you value maybe drinking, or you value maybe going to the movies or hanging out with friends. And that's okay, but you just need to be honest with yourself. And even if you don't value it, it's still something you need to do. Like, research has shown that if you work out, if you move around more, you'll live a healthier life, you'll live a longer life. So if you really value all that other stuff, you will do the health stuff so you can keep indulging on everything else longer.
Your limiter isn't your strength or power. It's the mental limitations you are putting on yourself. So how do you break your limiter? It's simple. First off, no more excuses. You need to be 100% accountable for your own actions and not look for ways to escape what you need to do. Second, lock in. Homie, have a clear goal in mind and focus on it. Third, remove distractions. Get rid of anything that doesn't help you towards your goal or actively gets in the way of your goal. You're here to get stronger and look shredded. Oh, but Kevin, isn't my life going to be boring if I stop playing video games and scrolling? Well, sure, you
can still play video games. You can still doom scroll. It's just like finding a way to put it all together. It's like when I'm on my walking pad, I'll play video games or I'll scroll on my phone, listen to music. So I'm still doing stuff I'm enjoying while doing something I need to do. So it's not impossible. You can get a walking pad for like $100 and you can still do what you need to do. You'll just be doing it at the same time.
Can keep some distractions in your life, but be prepared to move slower than the guy who went all in. Last, you need a plan.
And see, everything's not so black and white, because like I said, you can still do all these things. You just need to make the right adjustments in your life to be able to do it.
Plan of action. And luckily, I'm going to give you guys exactly that, starting with training. Now, anyone can exercise, but to maximize the amount of muscle you put on before the end of the year, you need to start training like a protagonist. First thing we need to dial in is training frequency. One of the reasons why a lot of people give up on their New Year's goals is because they burn too fast, too brightly. Imagine Sung Jin-woo went into a fight, burned up all his mana on shadow soldiers, and his stamina on running around like a fool, only then to run out of everything completely when the final boss shows up. Gents, he is cooked. There is no doubt about that. People actually get really excited when they start working out. They go super...
Yeah, I've been mentioning that this whole stream. Like, people get super excited and they just go. Instead of going in with a plan, instead of building up a good baseline to make it a habit, like, people just want to go, 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 go. Then they burn out and they end up hating fitness, or like they take a break, then they love that break, so they don't come back until the next year, and then they start over, and it's just a whole cycle. Like, if you're getting into fitness, take your time, build up a good baseline, Go in with a plan, work with a trainer, like you'll be good.
Ham in the gym have no clue what they're doing, but they do it with passion. Then 3 weeks later, they've gone too hard, they hate the gym, and they never pick up a single weight again. If we're trying to get back into working out and get swole for the new year, we need to make sure that we don't burn out before then. But at the same time, we're trying to maximize muscle. We also can't be training once every blue moon. So how often should we train? In my experience, the best and most efficient training frequency for this is one of two options. Either a 4-day upper-lower split or a...
I love the upper-lower split. That's just how I've always worked out. I love it. I try to recommend it for a lot of my clients. I feel it's easy to do. It's not a lot of thinking. Push-pull legs. Also, I haven't done push-pull legs. That's solid. I personally would do push-pull legs, one rest day. I've never done that split. I want to hit my legs twice a day. A lot of people do this split and then they hate their leg days because you have to go super hard in it to get, like if it was divided into two, you gotta really push yourself on that leg day once a week. But I go legs twice a week, so I'm able to divide a little bit. And I do feel I get more out of that instead of having it on one day and like really killing my legs.
A 5-day push-pull leg split with one leg day. Both provide the necessary frequency and volume to make gains, but either one gives you at least 2 days of full rest.
When I go push-pull legs, I get 3 days of rest. It's more rest from lifting weights. So those rest days, I'll get some cardio in. Got to get better at mobility, but when I was doing it, I was doing mobility as well.
So you don't burn yourself out. But this also begs the question, how long should we train per day? And this is a fair question, but it's the wrong question. Instead of thinking about how long, think about how much. Every muscle group requires a certain number of sets to grow optimally. Ideally, you'll want to do between 10 to 20 sets per muscle group per week.
Perfect. That's literally what I tell my clients. And that's why I love the push-pull legs. No, sorry, not push-pull legs. That's why I love the upper-lower split, because I'll go, let's say on the upper-lower split, one day out of that week for legs, I'll probably hit, well, not one day, the whole week for legs, I'll hit quads, about 14 sets that whole week. 14 sets, yeah, hamstrings are on the upper end because I'll get my glutes going and the hamstrings work a little bit in that as well. But yeah, that's 10 to 20 is great.
To build the most amount of muscle as possible. So instead of thinking, oh, has it been an hour yet? Try pondering, have I done 10, 15, 20 sets for my freaking biceps yet? No? Better hit the curls. But this principle can only work if you incorporate this next thing. A set on its own is not going to build muscle, because I could do like a set of 10 push-ups just fine. What you'll want for your set is for you to be finished it, and it actually makes you think, damn, I literally cannot do anymore. Every set needs to feel like that last rep.
And that's where, like I mentioned, like you really need to push yourself. Like a lot of people don't want to work out where it's hard. They want to work out to mild discomfort, but you're not going to get much out of that. So you really got to push yourself up the intensity, man.
You are fighting for your life, like the moment before the protagonist unlocks their new form. This is the most crucial step for you to become jacked before the year ends. By squeezing every last ounce of effort from your muscles, you are going to maximize the gain's potential. Because if you're not even training close to failure, you're not even in the same anime arc as your progress. Now, if you want examples of how I train, I recently posted my Sungjin Woo training guide in my Shonen Strength community. It's literally the blueprint of how I would build a physique like Sungjin Woo or any other main character. And a lot of people are loving it, so if you want something already laid out for you, you can check it out. But this is just going to be the base of your end of year transformation. This is probably the most important era of your transformation arc that can make or break your gains. But don't worry, because I'm going to tell you exactly what to do and how to do it. This is the level up phase. But what is the level up phase? And how much does it weigh? It's kind of like this. Itadori is a strong fella. He could handle basic cursed spirits no problem. But once he got a taste of special grades, oh boy did he get battered. What he needed to do was...
Yeah, Itadori, he's just ready to go. And I feel that's how like a lot of new gym people are. They just want to go. They're excited. They're ready to go head first, but you gotta go in with a plan. You got to learn yourself a little more. You gotta build up that strong baseline so you can keep upping that intensity.
Go through his level up phase, a time period where he's just improving his technique, mastering his energy, and evaluating what he could do better. And after his level up phase, he got to the point where he could handle special grades and live to tell the tale. In your training arc, your level up phase should happen every 2 weeks or so. Honestly, they could happen even more frequently than that. In this phase, you need to ask yourself 4 questions. What's challenging me the most? What's not challenging me enough? What's really working? And am I putting in 100%? With the first question,
so essentially just reevaluating. I reevaluate kinda every week. Every 2 weeks isn't bad, but like that's why you need to track your workouts so you can keep upping the weight. Like, okay, I did this last time, let me do more this time. So that's about the same thing.
Question, you're basically asking if you need to dial back some exercises. You'll know this answer immediately if you are struggling with some of the exercises in your routine, whether that's poor form, low reps, etc. The second question asks what more you can do. If an exercise is too easy, you're not trained to failure, you need to up those progressions. And that's literally how I designed the protagonist method. Small incremental changes and more repeatable wins every single time. Because when you finally realize that you've been holding back 50% of the effort, that's when everything clicks and then the real level up arc begins. The third question tells you what you can say.
Essentially, yeah, like people don't realize how strong they actually are. Like they don't know how to push themselves, obviously don't know how to program, don't know how to work out. But like I said, you don't need the perfect program. If you just push yourself, challenge yourself, you'll still make gains. But the big thing is pushing yourself.
The same. If something is working, don't change it. This means that the progression, the number of sets and reps are challenging for you. And you're training to failure or very, very close. And keep doing that until it becomes too easy or too boring. Repetition creates mastery. The last question is just a simplified version of all 3 questions together. It's just simply asking, are you going all in? Are you using all your effort? After 2 weeks, if you realize you're only using half of your power level, you need to fix that as soon as possible. Similarly, if you realize your workout is probably 200% effort, well, then you probably want to dial it back unless you are I don't know. I don't want to insult you. You're too nice. A masochist. You're a masochist. But if you aren't giving it your all, the new year is going to look pretty sad for you. As David Goggins would put it, you need to get hard. Like rock hard. Like a massive girthy... Wait, I'm being told that I cannot say that stuff without context. There's no earpiece. I'm talking to myself here. But the truth is, it doesn't matter how hard you train. Because without the right fuel, you're toast.
Yeah, you got fuel. And I hate keto because people believe if you don't eat carbs, you'll lose a lot of fat. That's not how that works. Just because your body's using fat as fuel doesn't mean you're going to lose fat. If you want to lose fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. Stop doing keto, eat regular. But carbs are our number 1 fuel source. It's easy. We love it. Our body loves it. You need to eat carbs, man. And working out, you need to fuel your body. Fuel your body with carbs. Fuel your body with protein so you can build up your muscle, get stronger. Like, bro, keto, keto.
Your diet on point is going to be a huge factor of whether or not you look like Baki Hanma at the end of the year or pre-augmentation surgery Jack Hanma. The 4 horsemen of dieting are as such: calories, protein, source, and supplements. Obviously calories is first because if you want to get shredded or put on muscle, this is what you got to consider. You need to know how much to eat. For this,
gotta be in calorie deficit. If you go on calculator.net and you go to calorie calculator, like put in your information, you'll find your calories, find your maintenance, find how much you should be around what you should be eating to lose weight, and then just do that. Track your calories too.
For the sake of getting jacked and shredded before New Year's, I have only 2 rules. First rule, unless you're fat, bulk up. Your job is to put on as much muscle as possible, so eating more food is going to help with that 100%. But before you go stuffing your face with pizza, cookies, candy, and instant ramen, you need to know how to bulk correctly. Otherwise, you're going to end up looking like Pig God.
Jeez.
So look like Pig God. If you just go around eating whatever's in sight, yes, you will put on muscle, but you're also going to put on a lot of fat. So what you'll want to do is actually control the calorie surplus to...
Yeah, dirty bulking is not fun. I made that mistake. A lot of other people make that mistake. You can't just eat anything. Like, you still need a good amount of protein. If you eat too much fat, you're gonna gain fat. If you overeat on calories, you're gonna gain fat. So even if you're bulking, you still need to track your calories.
200 or 300 at most. This is a nice sweet spot for you to pack on more muscle, but to minimize the amount of fat that you actually put on. Second rule, after bulking up, shred it down. Now this rule might only apply to some of you, but if you started off as skinny fat or slightly pudgy, you're gonna need to spend at least 4 weeks in a calorie deficit and start burning that fat. That's the only way you can show off your hard work. When it comes to protein, it's simple. Eat 1 gram.
See, the people on the internet love giving this advice because people don't do much research, so they just repeat what other people say, but you don't need to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. This has been proven. Research has shown 0.7 is enough to build muscle, 0.7 is enough to preserve muscle. Yes, you can eat more, but if that's not going to give you much of a bigger difference. And just from lifestyle, like it's cheaper to eat 0.7 grams of protein instead of 1 gram per pound. It's also easier to eat 0.7 instead of 1 gram because 1 gram per pound that's a lot of protein. It's not easy for everyone to do. But yeah, you don't need to eat 1 gram per pound.
Per pound of goal body weight. A little less is fine, but too much protein is a lot better than too little protein. When it comes to source, the answer is even simpler. You don't just eat like an athlete. You need to eat like somebody rewriting their character arc. Whole foods and whole foods only. If we're trying to get shredded as fast as possible, there is no room for cheating.
Yeah, if you want to get shredded fast, you can't cheat. Like, you gotta have, if you want to do it fast, like your protein, not your protein, well, yes, your protein, but your diet needs to be on point 100% of the time. If you're giving yourself like 6, 8 months, 10 months, then okay, then you don't need to do it as fast. But if you're trying to do it in a few months, if you're trying to do it fast, you got to be on point.
Days. Single ingredient foods are going to be your bread and butter, no pun intended. It's going to make you feel so much better, you're going to have more energy, and this also minimizes the fat that you will put on. Supplement wise, you have a couple options. Creatine, no brainer, always take that. Protein powder, I think it depends. If you don't get enough protein with the food you eat.
You don't need protein powder, but it is a good supplement to get in more protein. I like to do it because it's just easier to hit my protein goals, but I do get most of my protein from food.
Then it's a good supplement to make up for that missing protein. But the supplements I recommend the most are actually magnesium and collagen. Reason being, well, in this next tip, I will show you why. The recharge phase, arguably the most important.
So this is essentially the recovery phase. People don't take recovery as well as they should. You gotta get enough sleep. You gotta rest between sets. You gotta let your body recover. That's where you see the most gains, is your recovery.
Important step. Training is great, but if you don't give your body the recharging that it needs, all you're doing is beating it without giving it a break. First off, if you're using my workout split recommendation, you have at least 2 days to do this. Just find a 30-minute period of your day and stretch out. Not only is this great for getting more mobile, but it also sends more blood flow to the muscles, which helps with that recovery and builds even more muscle. But most importantly, you guys need to sleep. Can't be playing League until 2 a.m. anymore, guys. We need at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep.
Well, you could be up till 2 a.m. That's assuming if you get up at like 9. Like me, I go to bed like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. I get up like 9 or 10. A lot of people believe you need to, if you want to have a successful fitness journey, if you want to be successful in life, you need to get up early. You don't. If you get your 6 to 8, 7 hours of sleep, no matter how you get it, you'll be fine. So if that's you going to bed at 8 p.m. or if that's going to bed at 12 p.m. or 12 a.m., going to bed at midnight, going to bed at 2 a.m., it doesn't matter as long as you get your hours of sleep.
For optimal muscle growth. This is the reason why I suggest magnesium and collagen. In my experience, every time I take those before bed, I get better quality sleep, I fall asleep faster, and I sleep for longer. Trust me, it works. Because the only rank climb that matters is your physique arc. But even if you follow steps perfectly in this video, you're still not gonna look jacked for New Year's. Because there's one key thing missing from this entire video, and that's how to actually look jacked. And it all starts with that gorgeous V-taper. So if you wanna get there quickly, watch this video right here to learn how to unlock the V-taper with only 90 minutes. And for the ones
I'm not gonna lie, I thought the V-taper, you would learn that in this video. It's not a bad video though. Kevin Zhang. Does he do fitness content? Looks like it. Stop caring how to build an anime physique workout without obsessing. The Japanese rule that builds anime physique one time forever. Male body fat. Interesting. Yeah, I'll subscribe. He has solid video. But yeah, that's it. I'm out of here. Catch y'all on the next one.
Like and subscribe.